Hello, my name is Luca Gianoni Capenakas. I'm a first year finance major, and today we're going to be talking about the concept of supply. Supply explains how much of a good or service the seller wants or is able to sell. The general law of supply states that the quantity supplied rises when the price of a good rises, when everything else is equal. Supply can be presented in the form of a graph, where the y-axis represents the price and the x-axis represents the quantity supplied. Take this graph, the supply of basketballs, for example. When the price is $10, the manufacturer will only want to sell 15, but as the price increases, so does the quantity the manufacturer wants to sell. This change in price shows a shift along the supply curve, following the quantity supplied for each price. But there can also be other factors that shift the supply curve. The first one we're going to talk about is a change in the price of making a product. When the price of manufacturing a good or making a product decreases, like a new technology that makes manufacturing a good cheaper or lower wages for workers, the sellers will want to supply more of that good. For example, if it costs $5 to make a basketball and the supplier sells it for 10, but a new piece of technology reduces the manufacturing price to $3, the manufacturer will want to sell more basketballs at the same $10. This causes the entire supply curve to shift to the right, as shown by the new blue curve on the graph to the right. A shift on the curve can also happen if a related good is affected. Goods can have two types of relationships: a substitute relationship, where two goods can be made with the same resource, such as a door hinge and a lock, both using metal for the construction. And if the supply of one increases, the supply of the other must decrease, since the material being used for both goods is the same. The other relationship is a complementary relationship, where two goods can be made simultaneously. An example of it would be wheat and hay. Another example of a factor that can cause a shift in the supply curve is the number of suppliers. If the number of suppliers decreases, the quantity of supply will also decrease, causing a shift to the left, as shown in the graph to the right. The supply curve can also be shifted by a seller's future expectations. If a seller believes that the price of a good will rise in the future, they may save some of the product to sell at a later date. For example, when approaching summer, Sports Check might sell less basketballs as they expect the sales to increase during the spring or summer. This would cause a shift to the left. And that's a few different situations that can affect supply.